Hi, this is me. I get real, and I am done. No, just kidding. I'm not done. I'm overwhelmed. We're gonna go through this box and see where to put these items that are here. I had $28 in my PayPal account, and if I were to get the statement for this month or whatever month, payment fees for my eBay store, it's going to be at least that much because they increased the fees. I'm a small time person. They increased the fees and I don't know what they are. So I was like, you know what? They're going to send me an email and I will. So I have tape. So I have garbage here from an old lunch that never made it to trash. Because usually I don't eat my lunch. And then it's like the next day, I'm like, oh, I have fruit in my bag. That should probably be eaten. But the scissors in the drawer. So I gotta put this packaging material. Just put it in the crate here. I don't like this smushed up. Let's see, make sure nothing else is in there. I was doing some stuff for the clinic. I have only a few minutes until I could have gone to my meeting just now, and I would have had to leave. And I'm so tired, and I couldn't sleep, and I woke up. Like, I don't know why I couldn't sleep. I had a TV on. I haven't had the TV on in like a month, so that's probably why. I turned the TV down and opened the window a little because the kids in our neighborhood have been playing outside late. And then I didn't hear the construction. I had been uncomfortable. It's just like everything, and I had these dried carrot sticks. Got salt, and I like drink 1.5 bottles of water. Like usually I don't even get to one a day, or used to not. But nowadays I don't know what's going on. It's like I'm just drinking it. Like in the past I would drink a lot more water. Like I keep saying before I was in the automobile accident, but at least my weight went up before after. I wonder if just having less weight, being a smaller person, I'm gonna do the math here. I had gone up to at least 223 pounds. Looks like a mirror image to me, but whatever, I'll just say it. And then let's just say that I'm 128. I might be higher or lower than that. It usually doesn't go over 130. Sometimes it drops to 126. So I just said that's kind of average. That's low for me, by the way. So I lost, I was going to put a dollar sign. I'll just put the dollar sign on there. I lost $95 now. I gained $95. Well, I lost 95 pounds. So when my weight goes down to, well, it hasn't gone down to 123. I will have lost 100 pounds, but I might have weighed more than 223. When I was in one of my martial arts classes, I had the locker. I had weight written on whatever piece of paper I had taped in there. I was at a scale and I didn't. I was still homeless. I was in pre-medical school. And I don't know what that says, but when I said I need to find some support with weight loss and this and that and this, and I was also I wasn't really overeating, but I was still going through that what my body can tolerate and what it can't. And when at the time, a friend from a different meeting goes, there's a basement meeting tomorrow morning downstairs at the same church for weight loss. Meet me there. And I had no time to make up excuses. I was free. And I go, this is the answer to my prayer that I prayed that I could get some support. You know, when you go to a doctor or you go to a clinic and you're on Medicaid and you're black and you're a single mom and you're homeless, your life is not valued. At least for me, some people, they're like, oh, I've been treated great. For me, I haven't been treated well, and I wouldn't get any support from anyone. They would give me only medical students, and there was no choice. Like, when I went to medical school, people would choose a certain doctor, and they would choose the student shifts. But you had an opportunity to choose the private shifts. You could make an appointment and say, I want to see this doctor face to face, and not have the students be my doctor. Sometimes you just need to have someone that's licensed to treat you, right? And as a student myself, I went in as a student to see students, and before I was a student, so I'm not saying it's horrible, but sometimes you want a choice. You want a choice. But when I went to the big hospital clinic here, there was no choice. So they would give me these people with really bad bedside manner. They'd give me really bad, like always like rush hour times. And I was coming from the west side. There's a clinic on the west side. They refused to let me transfer there. And then they had these people that were severely racist and rude and saying that if anything happens to my family's health, it's all my fault because I was a single mother attending medical school, and that I was basically a careless parent. And that was just going in for yearly child checks. That wasn't even like, it's not like, child abuse, like someone was neglected or starving or bruised, unexplainable. It was just like, my child might be small because we're broke and we can't eat a lot of food. I look at kids here and I'm like, wow, these kids get a lot of food and stuff like that. But anyways, I gotta do some work for the business. Let's see. Try to see if we can go somewhere. Gotta do some work before we leave, and people want to go somewhere in this house. And so I'm going to need to get ready for work. I was going to go to my meeting because I'm not going to be able to go Thursday or Friday. I can probably maybe go Friday night and then Saturday. But we'll see how it goes. I could probably go Friday night. The thing is that if I work one job, it's nights. And I work other job, it's afternoon or mornings. And then with the kids, it's always all between 8:30 and 10 at night. So it's like, yeah, I don't know how to say it, but anyways, I gotta plant some plants and do this paperwork. I just wanted to check in. I don't know why I was talking about the clinics. I just don't. Oh yeah, it was like an answer to my prayers. Whereas the people, like I've helped when I was a student, and after I graduated, I've helped people with weight loss a lot. So yeah, I might have had a higher weight and been like 225. I don't know if I made it up to 230, maybe, but that's oh yeah, because when you think I'm serious about this, like someone's serious about quitting smoking, but they smoke less and less. Like, I'm serious about this now, I'm going to do something. And so I didn't have a lot of time. I said, oh my God, they're going to weigh me. And I was really scared that whole rest of the day. I think the first group we were at ended at 1. So I had until 8 or 9 the next morning. And I was like, I was scared to eat or drink anything. And so by the time I weighed in, they're like I was like plump. And they kept coming, what are you doing here, skinny? You don't need this meeting. And I was like, I'm like 100 pounds overweight. I'm like 95 pounds, 87. The older women, they would get, if they were 223, their doctors were doing like 30-pound weight loss, 40-pound weight loss. I was a little bit jealous. I needed to get down. They gave me a range. I had to get doctors now. For the next group, they wouldn't allow me to continue. I moved to, they're supposed to be a worldwide group and have the same rules, but people don't pay attention to rules. And I was supposed to win an award the next time because I was the biggest weight loss in my district, And they said, no, you can't because you transferred from another group, but it's your district prize, not your, and they basically, after they did the road ceremony, I thought for sure, I said I lost so much weight, like maybe 50 pounds in a year. And they gave the award to this old lady, and I was like, I asked them, I didn't want to be like, wait, give me my award, but they tried to tell me because I transferred from another group that it's canceled out for the year. And it's like, I'm never going to lose. Like, if I lose 50 pounds again, I'm going to be at the 70 something pounds, right? So it's like, it's like a once in a lifetime thing. And I slowly, but yeah, I, I, I say sometimes I need to always have hope and happy thoughts and prayer about things because stuff like that happens. And the group, for me, if you have like people when you're second grade and stuff telling you you're fat and you are just going through puberty actually at a younger age than you should by knowing that your mom's shaving your armpits when you're 5, which seems way too young. I don't know what happened to my body. I think it was maturing past because of abuse and neglect, like lack of attention from family members, male and female. But yesterday I like sprayed way too much of this. This is already halfway gone the way that I'm spraying this. And if they gave you a plate of food and tell you can't leave the table to eat this, and then you force yourself to sit there for 2 hours and eat this cold junk that you're full, you have a stomachache, you don't like the taste, and then they tell you, oh, you're fat, oh, you can't get any more bigger than that, and that cycle goes on every single day. You gotta eat everything they tell you, but you're fat, and I can't believe, and you're just like, I just cut, like, if I'm full, just be done, like, it's just danged if you do, danged if you don't, and you're a kid, and you're just like, you don't think, like I'm thinking right now, like, really, you jerk, like, you just think, oh my god, like, they threatened to beat you if you didn't eat it, and then I got a whooping from my dad for not eating, and I was terrified of that happening. They don't just give you a little swat and make you feel humiliated, they beat the crap out of you, and so, usually it was my mom that beat the crap out of me, but he's a lot stronger. Not saying that she was much weaker than him. It sucks to have to talk about this, but so going to weight loss group, it's like, you gotta lose weight, oh man, you gain, oh. And if the whole group loses, except for one person, you lose your opportunity to get an award for the group to be in the magazine for Zero Gain Week. It's like what everyone strives, so there's some people were going to weight loss, and they were like, if they gained, they had to sit in the back of the room, they were like punished. But it got to be where I was scared to drink water, I was scared to eat, and I was like counting every calorie. And when I went to the first meeting, I said, I think flour and wheat is hurting me, so I stopped that, and I lost 5 pounds the first week, and like 2, 3 the next week. So for someone like me, the way that my past had been, where you're not in control of finding your spiritual path to lead you to health, it was like you're being beaten and you're being made fun of and you're being harassed. I went to the weight loss groups for many, I don't know how many years. I basically, you have to pay monthly dues and yearly dues. I think halfway through medical school, or maybe during the first year, I don't know, I was doing pre-med, I get it's a blur. I had to stop going because I couldn't fit it in my schedule. And then my son, when he was in adolescence and I was all alone, he's getting ready to go, I got this stress, this extreme stress, because he had health issues that nobody would help us with. And I gained about 15 pounds after probably losing 60, maybe 70, I don't know. I gained 15 pounds. And I still wore the same clothes and stuff. So then I shrunk back down. The clothes were already big, but they seemed to be a little stretched out. Because one thing for me, if the clothes are too loose, I would tend to overeat. Or you look in how sloppy you look with a bit baggy clothes on. You think, what's the point of counting calories if I'm going to look like a slob? But so one thing for me was to get pants that fit and not wear these big floppy shirts and even big coats. Cause then you're like knocking stuff over because then your body's like this and your coat is like this. I think it's time to go, but yeah, it kind of turned into like the older people have trouble eating sometimes, teeth issues, memory issues, and nursing facilities where they feed them stuff that they might not eat. Like they don't necessarily always have access to just keep going food or money or food or time to go to the grocery store, ability to go to the grocery store. So all these people are not eating, and older people don't. They are more calorie hungry. Like the food might just pass through them and they don't always absorb. That's why there's a lot of nutritional issues with your GI. Like I'm trying to change this myth, but from a medical school standpoint, it's like the GI starts to wear down. You're not absorbing nutrients or the intrinsic factor issues. Like there's different things with that. So, is it time to go, person? So I was like, cheaters, or they'd be like, I went on vacation and I ate a steak, some fries, and 2 beers, and 2 pieces of cake, and I came back and I lost 7 pounds. And I was like I couldn't even eat that. The day of the weight loss group, you're like, oh God, I'm so thirsty to drink that, drink my cocoa, or like grab a snack, I go to eat or drink anything, and my mouth would be like, parched. I was just like, and then things stabilized after I lost my job, which was a toxic work environment. I might have been a normal weight, but I reached my goal weight really fast. It was almost like within like 24 to 48 hours. All the stress of that toxic workplace, which was also abusive, it all fell away, and I knew it was gonna fall apart, and my body shrunk down. And then when I got rid of toxic relatives, my body continued. So my diet hasn't changed. I exercise less because of the car accident. I used to exercise a lot before that car accident, run a lot and stuff. I miss being able to do that. Do a lot of step aerobics on the Wii and all that. And then I went to more meetings after I lost a job, and then I kind of waxed and waned because of birth, but when school got less and less, I was able to. That's why I was trying to go to like ones that were 5 or 6 or 7 days a week. Because then if you get called to birth this day, you can go to the next one. Or think there's going to be a birth soon, you can go to one. Like you don't have to say, okay, Friday night at 7, that's all the time. Because you can get really stuck and not wanting to go to a new place and find parking. Like I've gone so many times where there's no signs, you don't know where to park. You've never been to the building. There's no address like on the main road. You have to like go. One of them is behind an apartment complex. It took me years to find it. And then I went to every door on every level of this big church compound. I probably went to like 10 doors. I've done that before. Just like open every door. And if you end up getting lost getting there, you're late, so you don't just follow people. And I finally found the right door, and then I sat in this chair, and some guy's like, "That's my seat, get out." I was like, my first time here on my system. I never went back, by the way. And then I had something happen. I drank too much water, and I had to pee like every 10 minutes. So I had to get up. I had my knitting project. I had to get up, or my crochet. I gotta go. I think somebody's waiting for me. But I think that worked. I liked that support group thing. I liked the old people and the clapping, and the people would give away prizes and cards and stuff. And I liked being able to get little pens and little things. I've been actually selling my stuff. It's kind of sad because I never got the bracelet. When you don't have money, you can't get. And I heard the bracelet's really big, by the way. The charm bracelet I couldn't get for the group because it cost money, and the dues were $5 a month. And So, and then you had to pay yearly fee to get magazines. So it all fizzled away, and I promised to go. They wanted me to come do a speech and pass out my business card when I got licensed. And every time I made plans to do speeches or to see my own patients and other stuff, the midwife kept, I would say, hey, I'm doing this day, or I'm going to this event for the clinic that I'm supposed to work at. And she was, oh, okay, fine. And then the morning of, she'd be like, no, you have to do this thing. Like, I told you a month ago. I grinned and bared it. And I thought, oh, maybe I can do both. And it just broke my heart that I missed out on all of these people were like, oh, I want to hire you. Oh, you know how it feels. Oh, you know what? And my diet was completely different than the magazine. I was like, who writes this crap? Like, they have dietitians and MD doctors, and I'm just like, if I were to follow their diet plan, this is me. I'm not a standard American. If you're a standard American and you're eating a bucket of chicken every day, and they say eat 2 pieces for breakfast and 2 for dinner and have a salad for lunch, you will lose a lot of weight. But if I were to eat 2 pieces of chicken, fried chicken for breakfast and dinner, I would probably be 360 pounds next time I make a video, because my body doesn't work with anything, but to each his own, right? And they would be like, what's evil is chocolate, what's evil is, you need sweeteners, and you gotta use artificial. I was like, my main diet at the time was solid and liquid chocolate and honey, and I would make chocolate with agave. What is that called, agave? And I was like, the more I did that, the more that I felt less nutritional deficiency. I'm iron deficient, and I needed the minerals, especially after the car accident. I couldn't take artificial minerals. When you do raw foods, when I do raw foods, you can't tolerate fake crap. So I can't even tolerate like certain things. Like I had an allergic reaction last week to organic grapes. So that's how sensitive I'm on, because I'm just like, I thought it was maybe non-organic, but there's things that aren't necessarily the way they're found in nature a long time ago, and my body recognizes it. People that, even if it's organic, is not stopping somebody from using a certain percentage of certain pesticides or coatings, or like, some they do to it, like the waxes they put on stuff before they take it to, like, people would be like, oh, I'm vegan and you're not. I was like, the only reason I'm not vegan is because I eat honey, and I wear leather that I haven't bought any leather in years, because it doesn't really need to be replaced. And these people put their nose up at me, and I'm like, how many of the apples that you brought to lunch every day are coated in beeswax? Like people don't think, like, every day you come in, you're wearing leather. Like, I'm just gonna say I'm not vegan because I eat honey. Like, I don't eat meat, I don't do dairy. I used to do raw goat milk, chocolate milk, and I can't do it straight. It's just making me sick, and people are like, oh, it shouldn't make you sick, but some people get sick eating a really greasy pizza, and some people don't, because their bodies are used to it and they tolerate it. For me, I would have so much heartburn and indigestion, keep burping up stuff, so I gotta get rid of all this and go right now so I can get back. Alright, guys. Peace.